Well, we just finished our Thursday night live stream.
And boom, I'm in my pajamas that fast.
You're just excited to go to bed because you're going away tomorrow.
I'm excited about tomorrow. Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all the different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time Joe and I have some separation, you'll be alerted to it.
You're excited about separating.
I'm not excited about separating from you, but I am excited about joining my mom on a little girl's vacay. We had plans to go to Tampa this time of year. That was the design. We were going to go listen to Joyce Meyer speak in Tampa, but the conference that she was doing got canceled. And so we had it open still because Joe has a lacrosse tournament.
There's a lacrosse tournament this weekend, so I'm working the tournament.
And I was like, we already had planned to get away, so why don't we just still get away? The only thing that's changing is the location of the hotel, and we'll actually save money if we're going to Orlando versus Tampa, because Tampa,
Newsflash, I was booking you in Orlando when you were staying in Tampa.
Because there is a huge price difference. So if you ever go to like the Tampa or like West Coast, Orlando's not that far away. But it's worth the money if you get good gas mileage, right?
Yeah.
I guess you have to weigh both of those things, but we have very fuel efficient cars.
So we're going to do, hopefully, I don't know, this vlog may or may not come out. If you're seeing this vlog, it worked. If not, it didn't work because somebody didn't film anything.
I will.
So Rachel's going to Orlando. I'm working a lacrosse tournament. And so we figured, why not do a vlog of what we eat when we're apart?
Right. Because
and that kind of stuff. See, like, how we don't do this very often.
No, we're usually together all the time. And by design, I mean, you're my best friend. I love hanging out with Joe. But sometimes it's nice to have like a girls' getaway. And I think that this is a good opportunity to vlog, simply because my mom is not the biggest restaurant fan. Not because like of inflammatory ingredients. She's just like very frugal, and she knows like, okay, I'm buying this hamburger patty, but I could make this hamburger patty for like way cheaper. So we're going to be traveling the way she enjoys, because it's kind of like a Mother's Day gift to her, is getting away. And so I bought groceries for this, and we're going to be eating out of our hotel room instead of eating out of restaurants. So,
and I have no idea what I'm going to be eating. I did want to say, I know some people don't like these kind of videos. I even noticed in our live stream, somebody was like, well, you guys talk about stuff that's not keto. We talk about our life.
Yeah.
This is our life, and we share everything and how we live our life while maintaining a ketogenic lifestyle, and how we have maintained more than 100-pound weight loss apiece for the last 6 years. And so, we could just put out like one video a week on here's a recipe or here's that. But we want to share, this is our life. And so I know it's not for everybody, but we do like sharing everything that's going on with our life.
Well, and I think for us, when we got started on keto, just like whenever you're starting anything new, it's like if you're home and you're only ever in your kitchen and all of the conditions are completely perfect and lined up for you to be successful, then it's great. I mean, a lot of people during like 2020, when you were like working from home more, felt like that was an easier way to stay keto because you were only at your home base, right? You weren't having to like go out for like a company get together. You weren't going to parties. You weren't having to like deal with like school functions or extracurricular activities and stuff. Like, how do you handle date night? It's not at home anymore, right? You have to kind of go out on the road, venture out of your house. And so hopefully it can help you have some tips for, like, you know, taking keto outside of your four walls. I obviously notice that you've taken keto outside of these four walls by getting a gas station like unwitch.
Well,
because I only ever see those at a gas station.
So I've talked about this on videos. This is the silliest thing in the world.
Yes, it is.
You can easily make it for yourself.
Okay.
But I really like them. And I found them at a gas station. And they were doing, like, it was buy one, get the second one for $1. So how do you not buy two?
How do you not buy two?
And it's
I got neither one of the two, though.
No.
No, I did not eat either of them.
There's a lot of different ones. Usually it's like Monterey Jack and salami. I really like this one. And the only place I've ever seen this other than this one gas station, which, by the way, if you ever want to get me a present, it's on the corner of Atlantic and US 1.
Win a gift card to a gas station?
It's the little Circle K. It's a hole-in-the-wall Circle K on the northwest side.
Okay.
That's where it is. And so they have this one. It's uncured pepperoni and mozzarella cheese. And it's just, we did a podcast with Carnivore Werewolf talking about, like, what can gas stations carry that are good for us. There you go. So I'm having this. This is part of my dinner.
The cheese witch.
Along with a Nature's Twist, which we found these at Sam's Club. Got introduced them by Chris Miller. Not horrible ingredients, sweetened with sucralose, tastes really good.
It's really good.
And very cheap because it's like 50 cents or something. It's not even that. It's like, I think it's like $7 for 24 bottles.
Well, and we found them at what big box store? Was it Costco?
Sam's Club.
Sam's Club. Okay, so I'm thinking to myself, like, it's barbecue season. Like, the family barbecues are coming back. We're heading into the summer, and I feel like a lot of people associate summer with lemonade. And it's nice that there is a keto-friendlier option. Obviously, you could, like, make your own. But this is really nice. Grab and go.
We're not sponsored, but shameless plug. The creators of Cheese Witch, if you would like to sponsor Two Crazy Ketos, we would gladly love to work with you because I love your product.
We made it to Orlando safely. It was a lovely ride. I expect that I will be totally hoarse by the end of this trip, not because we plan on screaming a lot, but because we are visiting.
Yes.
We are talking and hanging out, which is exactly what this trip is for.
Yes.
It's just like a girls' trip to hang out and enjoy ourselves. So we got here a little earlier than we need to check into our room because we're at an outlet mall in Orlando, which is something that Joe is not a huge fan of.
Well, it's not a thrift store. This is a first for me.
Yeah.
I haven't been in a store in a long time.
In a while. So this is a good bridge between paying full price and paying thrift store prices. We haven't eaten yet. We both had our coffee this morning. And we had some electrolytes because it's getting really hot.
Yeah.
And we're prepared for it. We've got we're wearing, the no arm shirts, I'm missing a word. What is that? Tank top. I got it. Thanks for that. And we're all packed up with food, but there's always room for some clothes that we can find on a hot deal.
Absolutely. And I'm looking for some shoes too.
Yeah. So let's see if we're gonna be favored today with some good deals. Well, we had a great time shopping. We actually got an unexpected outfit that I'm gonna bring with me on the cruise.
Yes.
I never would have even tried it on except for my mom was like, give it a shot, because it's one of those like jumpers. And jumpers either fit perfectly or they look horrifying.
Right.
And usually they look horrifying on me, but my mom was like, maybe the waist will land just right for you.
And it did.
And it was super cute. We got a couple of little jewelry pieces.
Yes, which will be a surprise for for everybody that is on the cruise with her.
Yeah, for the 20s night. So I was excited to find those. We got here to our room, and I don't know if you can see, but like we couldn't get much closer to SeaWorld. We are at a Fairfield Inn, and it is super, super close to SeaWorld and Aquatica.
Yes.
We're gonna go across town tonight to enjoy some Universal Studios at night. But first, we're gonna have a little lunch thanks to our friend Lynette. So thanks to Lynette, we have this cute little basically electric lunchbox. So you put your food inside of this. It's just a plug and play type device. So there's not a lot of gadgets, which I love about it because it's very straightforward. Put your food in here and get it warm. So we are actually going to be having some Teton sausages in just about 5 minutes.
Hi.
All right, so we are ready for lunch. Thank you so much, Lynette. That thing worked like a champ.
And it was faster than the advertising thing said it was going to be. So that's a real something that is useful, and you can use it in the car.
Right, so for travel or like camping, or if you take your lunch to work, by the time you're ready for lunch, you'll have a hot meal, which is really nice. So yeah, thank you so much, Lynette. My mom is smarter than me. So one of the things that I've noticed is that a lot of the Redmond shakers, they leak. So my mom has transferred it into one that does not leak at all. So this travels like really, really well. And we are going to have some salt on our first meal of the day, which is some Teton Polish sausages. I freaking love these things. All beef, really great, clean ingredients. And then we're gonna head over to Universal Studios. Okay, so we made it. Are you feeling good? 2 hot dogs in.
Yes, I'm full. Those were good hot dogs.
Now we are very different. Usually if mommy eats anything, she's sort of done for the day. So, and for me, I'm just getting started, right? Because y'all know how much I can eat. So, so I feel good, I feel energized, and I'm like, we're ready to go. And it is about 4 o'clock right now, and we're gonna get in some Universal Studios Islands of Adventure nightlife.
Okay, finally getting around to eating. It has been a long day. Rachel got up this morning, left with her mom, and I changed my plans and went diving this morning. I was supposed to go in the afternoon, and then I decided, let me see if I can get out in the morning trip, because the last few days it's been like thundering and lightning every afternoon. That's like normal South Florida weather for the summer. Glad I did. I had a good time. Then I had to run a couple of errands, and then I need to go sit down with Hugh and teach him about officiating lacrosse, because we have a tournament starting tomorrow, and he is going to be working the tournament, and he wanted a refresher on mechanics. So got home, did some more work, and now I'm finally getting around to eating. Let me show you what I made. So here's what I have. I have about 9 ounces of chicken breast that I put a little bit of shredded cheese on top of, and then some of this real salt chili lime. This is the chicken breast I got. I get this from Costco. I think it's like $12 or $13 for a package. And basically what this is the breast meat from all the rotisserie chickens. And the cool thing is you get these, they come vacuum sealed. And depending on when you open it, obviously, but if you don't open it, this is good till July. And I bought it like the very beginning of May. So it's good for a long time until you open it. Then obviously if you keep vacuum sealing it or freeze it, it's good for a long time. Yes, there's some wonky ingredients in the seasoning. I'm okay with that because this is a really nice thing for just quick and easy. It's still 0 carbs, so even if figure it's 1 carb, that's 3 carbs in chicken, maybe because of the seasoning. I've got 4 jalapeno poppers. It's just jalapenos with cream cheese wrapped in bacon. This is some of our coleslaw. I've been experimenting with our coleslaw recipe, trying to tweak it a little bit. And then I have a slice of the Indigo Nilly butter bread that I put a little bit more butter on top of, and then I put some of this Chef Chamois lemon herb butter on top of that. And that is what I'm going to eat for dinner. So lots of protein, a bunch of fats in there, and then if I'm still hungry afterwards, maybe I'll have like a keto chow or something like that, but I think this is gonna be pretty good. Got to get up early in the morning. I think I have to be at the field by like 7:30 a.m. So we'll check in tomorrow.
So we are back at the hotel. We had an awesome day. We actually walked more than 7 miles, which didn't feel like it.
No, it didn't.
And we were up and down stairs and going up ramps and stuff, but it was just a day of fellowship and shopping, right? So we had a great day. We were only able to stay for 2 hours because we didn't realize this is grad night weekend for middle schools in the area. So
Been there, done that.
Right? Yeah, because we've both chaperoned on lots of school trips, church trips, all that kind of stuff. So it's challenging. We stopped several teachers to tell them how much we appreciated them and their service. There was 22,000 middle schoolers at Universal Studios.
And one of the guys that was in charge of the thing said at the end of the ride, "Are you with these kids?" And we were like, "No." So he took us the back way and we got on right away. So it would have been an hour wait.
Right.
That was very kind.
So our last ride was Gringotts Bank. And so that's usually got a long line. And we were in single rider. We got to go on Mummy, we got to go on the Transformers ride, and we got to go on Gringotts in just 2 hours.
That's
plus
a lot.
Walking and meandering and bathroom breaks. So I was pretty impressed that we got on that fast. And that last gentleman had mercy on us and was like, "It looks like you're not with all of these kids, so let me take you in the back door." And we got to sit in the front row. And that was really, really fun. So we got back to the hotel and we're not exhausted.
No, I'm not really tired.
Which is nice, but we've got a full day of activity tomorrow at Aquatica. Is this your first time going
I've never been
to the water park associated with SeaWorld? So I'm super excited to get to go with Mom. We're going to fuel up. The first thing we're starting with is both of us are having one of these, a charcuterie board. I can never say that right. How do you say it?
I just say it's one of those.
Wow, it's one of those wows. So on this one, we've got delicious. Some oven roasted turkey with pimento cheese in the middle of it. Ooh. Some sun-dried tomatoes, goat cheese, some olives, the purple ones. It's like kalamata.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that right either. That's actually stuffed with roasted red peppers, which is kind of cool.
One of my favorites.
There's some baby gherkin pickles. We have some assortment of like the fancy nuts. We got the good nuts.
Oh, all right.
We have some Archer Farms meat sticks, and we have some brisket from Carnivore Crisps.
Which is awesome.
It's so awesome. A really easy way to have brisket on vacation without having to like have a smoker or bring all of the accoutrement. And we can eat this lovely charcuterie treat tray in our pajamas, which is pretty awesome.
I already took my shower and I'm ready to eat and go to bed.
Right? So we're gonna start with this, and then after we're finished, we'll eat the next course. Okay, so next up, doesn't look like very pretty, but it's gonna be very flavorful. So this is a very simple, from the microwave, Egg Life wrap pizza. You're so cute.
Oh, it smells so good.
You're a cute model. So this is an Italian Egg Life wrap on the bottom. Then there's just literally a spoon of lower carb tomato sauce. You just look for, ones that don't have a bunch of sugar in it. I mean, that's really the key. So we get a low carb tomato sauce. Anyone will do. We don't get very expensive ones. And then I've topped it with some fresh bacon bits that are actual, bacon. And there's pepperoni. There is mozzarella cheese. And there is sun-dried tomatoes on the pizza as well. So again, it doesn't look like much, but it's only 3 minutes in the microwave. It's super, super fast.
And it smells really good. I'll let you know. I'm eating the other charcuterie or whatever it is board, and I'm like,
amazing.
So it is Saturday morning, and I forgot to turn on the camera this morning when I was leaving the house, but I'm up here at my lacrosse tournament. It is already 10 o'clock. I've done 2 games. It is extremely hot out. So I will be doing a lot of hydrating with a bunch of Redmond Relight and some Element. I'm kind of mixing it up. In between every game, I'm going to drink another one because it's really hot out. I'm sweating. But I'm excited because I've got 6 games today. Running up and down the field, good exercise, getting some vitamin D in the sunshine. And I hope Rachel's having a good time. I'm sure she is.
Hey guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Did you sleep good last night?
Oh yeah, like a log. I went right out.
We were out. So we were going to give our thoughts on dinner last night, and then we just passed out after dinner. So what were your thoughts on dinner last night?
Honestly, I felt like I was very special, that everything was delicious, and the, whatever the word, charcuterie board was really good, had a lot of variety on it. But I'm telling you, the pizza, I haven't had, honestly, a real pizza in several years, because it's, I'm not going to make it myself. I've done the chicken one y'all did, and I've tried different ones, but it wasn't the same. That was the best pizza. And I told Rachel when I was eating it, because I eat with a fork and a spoon, almost everything, or a fork and a knife. And it cut like a real pizza. And if I was the type that, where you fold a piece and then you eat it, it was substantial enough that it would do that. And there was enough variety on there. And I was trying to be conscious of what I was eating. And in that consciousness, I tasted everything that was on it, and it was all good.
Right.
And what made it even better was because Rachel made it, I knew it was all legitimately keto food.
Right.
So when somebody says, well, I can't give up this and I can't give up that, been there, I understand that. I'm a little bit older than probably most people, so I've had longer to eat poorly, and I always did. But there are ways to make real good food taste really good and still remain in the keto food.
Well,
it was awesome.
And I think that the first thing that we need to add to our grocery list as you're talking is our attitude.
Yeah.
I need a good attitude as I go shopping, that I have faith that I am going to have flavor. Mm-hmm. I'm going to find things that I need, even though it's going to be whole foods, mm-hmm. And whole seasonings, but I'm going to be able to find a blend of textures and flavors that do appeal to me.
Right.
Instead of bringing to that grocery shopping experience a negativity that there's so much that I can't have, right? So today we went down because we have a continental breakfast, mm-hmm. and basically because we're bringing along some of our own stuff, we're able to really make something super fancy and elevated out of what they're offering downstairs. So what they're offering downstairs that we could eat wasn't even hard-boiled eggs.
No.
It was just, they did crack the eggs for it. It wasn't powdered eggs, which was nice. But they have scrambled eggs. They had some spinach. They had diced up ham, but that's not really, we're not really big fans of that. So we got
waffles and all sorts of bread and plenty of cereals and juices and all of the things that you think you're supposed to have because it's what you're used to eating, and also you're on vacation.
Right.
So I'll just have some of that and it'll be okay. But I know we've got a big day planned.
Yeah.
I've never been to Aquatica. There are a lot of shows at SeaWorld that we want to see. So if I start my day eating improperly with things that I know are going to cause me problems, then I'm not going to make it through the day, and I'm no spring chicken.
Well, and that's the thing. I think that a lot of times when you're on vacation, you're like going to treat yourself.
Yeah.
But what are you authentically treating yourself to? Are you treating yourself to inflammation?
Yeah.
Are you treating yourself to a headache, joint pain?
Or feeling like I need to eat again, and I'm very thrifty.
Right.
And having to purchase an $18 hot dog is not something I'm going to do. So
Yeah.
I will not enjoy my experience. I will cut it off short, and I'm able to choose to do the right thing.
Which is nice. That's empowering.
Yeah,
Right?
it is.
Instead of being forced into
Yeah.
it is our choice. So go ahead and lift up what we had brought some sausages. These are chicken and apple sausages that I actually got at Sprouts. No antibiotics and no wonky ingredients, just good stuff. They did have spinach leaves downstairs, which was nice because then that kind of adds a little fresh flavor to it. They had cream cheese, so we're going to use that as like a dipping sauce for our little sausages. And we do have scrambled eggs, and because we had bacon bits from last night, we're able to top it with that. Of course, they had some nice coffee downstairs, and we brought our own heavy whipping cream. I brought my keto brains because it is my first morning cup of coffee, and I don't mess with my first morning cup of coffee. We also brought some Good Culture, the highest percentage of milk fat cottage cheese that they have, and also the Fahe highest, whole milk yogurt that they have.
Yeah.
So that is like super nice. And I think I covered everything. We topped it with cheese. Mommy has a little bit of the garlic aioli mayonnaise from Primal Kitchen. I absolutely love this stuff. And of course, I have some chili lime Redmond that we're gonna top our eggs with because I just feel like it just elevates it with flavor.
So we have about a 10-minute break in between games right now, and I'm getting hungry. So I'm gonna eat an entire bag of this beef brisket carnivore crisp, and I'm gonna have a grapefruit element. And actually, the grapefruit is now available in stock. I will leave a link for it down below. The best way to buy Element is to do the buy 3, get 1 free box because you get a free box. So I'll leave that link down below. When you use that link, you also get 10 free sticks or 8 free sticks. I don't remember if it's 8 or 10 in a sample pack.
Good morning.
Good morning again. So we had a beautiful breakfast. I am really glad that we took the time to get up this morning early enough so that we didn't have to feel rushed.
No.
I do not want to bring normal rushed schedule into a vacation. You want to enjoy yourself. So set yourself up for success by timing it in such a way that you really can enjoy yourself.
Especially if you're traveling with children.
Yes.
It's worth it to get up a little bit earlier, maybe go down and get your own coffee and then come back. And you're already in the mode of, okay, this is going to be a beautiful day. So mindset.
That's really good. And like you're saying, you've served yourself first. And so then you have a better attitude when you're like serving others, because that is important, especially like you say, this is advice from 2 moms and grandmas. Like don't like water that root of bitterness by being like, I'm overdone, overwhelmed, and I never get anything for myself. Like taking some time to set yourself up for success in the day is really important. And I feel like we had a really successful breakfast. because we
Very
had
good.
brought some of our own fixings, we didn't feel like, gosh, we don't get everything that's on the continental breakfast bar. I felt like we were getting stuff that everybody else didn't get.
Right.
Like I felt like we were blessed. Something that came up yesterday that I forgot to mention that I thought was really poignant was when that gentleman was helping us to, get on that last Gringotts ride. We talked a little bit about what it was like to have all of these middle schoolers in the park and some of the things that they do differently to prepare for that. So one of the things that you will notice if you ever go to Universal Studios is outside of the Mummy ride, they will have people on stilts that look real like formidable. They're like dressed up.
I've gotten pictures with them.
Like they're Pharaoh's, henchmen, and it's really cool. But they weren't out that day, like yesterday. And we were saying, like, was that because you were preparing for the middle schoolers? And he was like, yes, because they may want to pull a prank. Maybe they're out with friends. They're not in their normal like surroundings. And we want to help them make this a successful vacation.
Sure.
So sometimes that means taking some obstacles and opportunities for pranks out of their way. So they shift gears a little bit in the park to prepare for the audience and for the just natural thing that happens. And he said, it's not like we believe that middle schoolers are bad or, devious in any way, but we just want to make them be prepared to really enjoy this and like not trip over their own youth.
Right.
And I thought, wow, that'll really preach to our keto journey as well. If you know that you're going out with a friend that maybe is not keto, like we have the benefit of both being keto, so it helps for vacation purposes. But, we're here, we're without Joe.
Right.
And Joe, I think, really can set a really high standard.
Yes.
And I think that sometimes together, maybe us or we can feel like girls' party, we're going to go try to get away with something, or maybe we're just going to push the limits of ourselves in a certain way. And maybe you have a friend that when you get together, you just go off the rails with them,
Well,
right?
especially if you've had that friend for a long time and they've been on the same sad journey you've always been on, and it's like they may not understand why you're doing what you're doing. But when they see, at my age, I'm able to keep up with the kids. I really do.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, well, you must be doing something different.
Right.
So,
and it's worth it. So you have your why in the back part of your mind, but maybe you need to do some things in preparation for a special event, for a different crowd of people that you're going to be with.
And other than I need to lose 50 pounds before the reunion, maybe you want to really put some thought into not, bathing suit season, but your season of life and what you're planning for the future.
Right. Well, that's
important.
That is a great perspective because sometimes we live like YOLO or there is no tomorrow, but we're hoping in our heart of hearts that there is a tomorrow. Right. We want to live longer. And so if we're going to live longer, we want to enjoy that season of life. Like we don't want to spend it in an assisted living facility, right? Like
definitely not.
Before we need to. So, we're taking precautions now and we're living out today in a way that will bless tomorrow. So let's get out today. We're going to get some sun. We're going to see some fishies and we're going to enjoy a lazy river.
Lazy river's on my mind.
It is 1 o'clock, or 10 minutes to 1 anyway. We have 10 minutes before our next game, and my legs are like jelly. I am definitely getting dehydrated. So I'm going to go sit down underneath the trees and try to cool down a little bit. And I'm going to have a water, and this is a citrus element. This is my fifth electrolyte drink for the day, and like I said, my legs are jelly. I'm cramping up, so still low on electrolytes. I'm exhausted. I've worked 6 straight games. I have one more game. I was supposed to have a game off and somebody couldn't do it, so I had to work that game as well. So I have not had a break. I've got one more game. That's 7 games today, each game being an hour long. I have no idea how much running and walking I've done, but my legs are jelly And I'm going to enjoy one of these good idea drinks right now. See if that'll give me a little bit of energy for this last game. Then I'm going to go home and collapse, figure out what I'm going to eat. Probably same as yesterday. But I just found out that tomorrow I have 7 straight games. I don't know how old this assigner thinks I am. He must think I'm like 25 years old. I guess it's a good thing I'm keto. So here's what I'm having for dinner. I'm having 4 more jalapeno poppers because I prepared 8 of them last night. So I'm going to have the other 4 today. Then over here I have some more of that chicken breast from Costco that I put a little bit of tomato sauce on top of. And then some mozzarella cheese, making it kind of like a chicken parmesan. Good morning. It's about 8:30. I just got here to the fields and I've got 7 straight games today. So going to be another long day. I'm sure glad I'm keto. We only get about 5 minutes in between each game. So it's even hard to get to the restroom. So fortunately, we're just sweating everything out. I brought a bunch of Element with me. I got a bunch of bottles of water. I'll probably drink at least 1 bottle every hour. Probably have at least 4 or 5 Elements along with it. Yesterday, I did 25,000 steps, so it was about 15 miles. Then after I got home and I ate, I pretty much crashed. I had a great night's sleep. Woke up this morning about 7:30, had a cup of coffee with some keto brains, and now we're ready to start another day. I'm going to go check in with the guys and have an Element.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It is Sunday morning, and we slept in to the point where I woke up like, where am I? And who am I with? Oh my gosh, it's my mom. Hi, good morning. So I slept fantastic last night. We ate sumptuously.
Oh,
Giant pizzas. It was so flipping good. I'm actually not super hungry this morning,
I
but
shouldn't be, but
right, but it's fine.
I'm on vacation.
That's right. So go ahead and hold up your plate so everybody can see. So we've got, this morning is sausages and eggs. Mommy's gonna dress it with a little bit of salsa and some spinach. And then we're gonna have some coffee, but we are not embarrassed to be weirdos and bring our own accoutrement to make our, like, and there's salt shakers, but Mommy's got her salt shaker, her own sweetener. We've got our keto brains. We've got like super creamer, heavy whipping cream, whatever we want to dress up our coffee this morning. It's the first cup of coffee.
Right.
We don't mess
No.
with the first cup of coffee. It needs to be super delicious and reflective of the day we want. It
Right.
needs to be bright and cheerful and a hug in a mug. Right?
Absolutely.
So excited about this day. It's rollout day. We're going to be headed home. But I have a feeling that we're going to be hitting some sales along the way as we travel back home. We travel differently than we do when the men folk are in the car.
Yeah.
Much to their delight as
Right.
well. They're not missing anything. The boys don't usually miss anything when they don't have to go on a bunch of Bell's Outlet runs. But
Well, and remember, we did Aquatica and
Yes.
SeaWorld yesterday. It was lovely, the lazy river, being able to walk around the park. We shopped. It rained. It was okay.
yeah.
So
It was
an
okay.
excellent day.
Well, it was a fun day, and it was another day where we got more than 6 miles of movement in. But it didn't feel like it
No.
because you were having fun
Yeah.
with somebody you love. So, I mean, again, if you're like, I just can't get motivated to move, one tip that this mother-daughter trio is going to, or duo is going to give you is try to do it in a way that you enjoy something.
Right.
Have fun with it. Go someplace beautiful. Go with somebody that you love to get movement in, because if you're having fun, it doesn't feel like work.
No, it doesn't. Really doesn't.
Well, I just got home. I worked 7 straight games, and I did it. I still have a ton of energy. I'm not tired at all. I checked my CGM through the entire day. My glucose was in like the high 80s to 90s. But again, I was running up and down fields. You see little spikes, which are probably like as I was doing a little sprint or something like that. But interesting note, when it comes to CGMs, we've talked about in the past that it's measuring the fluid in your arm. So if you get dehydrated, sometimes it'll show a higher glucose. It doesn't mean you have more glucose in your blood. It's just the way it's measuring it. So when I got in the car, it said my glucose was like a 95, but I also had gone, I think, 2 games without drinking water, so I was starting to get a little dehydrated or lower on fluids, and I drank a bottle of water, and in the 10-minute drive from getting in the car to getting home, my glucose went from like the mid to high 90s down to the mid to high 80s. So that's just something to think about when you're looking at your CGM, is also paying attention to your water intake. Because if you get really, really low on fluids, like maybe you're outside sweating all day, sometimes it's going to show you have a higher glucose. So anyway, Rachel is on her way home. I'm going to take a shower, and then I want to experiment with a recipe. Somebody behind us is having a party, and they have their music very loud. I mean, it is loud. I feel like they're in the house. I mean, we have insulated windows, and usually you really can't hear much of what's going on the outside when all of our windows are closed. But the music, it sounds like they're actually in our house. Anyway, I'm going to try a recipe. Years ago, we made a recipe video for an egg loaf, and it was pretty much like French toast using 3 ingredients. It was eggs, cream cheese, and butter. I want to remake that recipe, but I want to add in an extra ingredient, because one of the problems with that recipe was it would fall. So I wanted to see if adding keto chow would make the recipe like better, like maybe make it denser, not fall, and even be more filling because we're adding some more protein. So let's go ahead and make that. So what we're gonna do is, in our Vitamix, I'm gonna put it to low, and I'm gonna add a dozen eggs. And some of these eggs are a little small, so I may add a couple of extra. We're gonna see what we have, because everything needs to be room temperature. We have 5 in there so far, and I'm gonna count this as 1. So that'll be 1. So we're gonna call that 6 eggs and 12. So we're gonna go ahead and get this going. I'm gonna add to that 1 stick of room temperature butter. You gotta make sure it's room temperature. And I'm gonna add 1 block of room temperature cream cheese. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this really well. And now I'm gonna add 1 package of the Keto Chow Maple Waffle. Now I'm gonna take a parchment lined piece. I'm not lining it all the way, I'm just making it easier to get out. Spray it with a little bit of coconut oil. And then I'm gonna fill this completely with this egg loaf mixture. Now I'm gonna put this into a preheated 350-degree oven for about 35 to 45 minutes. I'm gonna know it's done when I can take a knife and put it in and pull it out, and it's nice and clean. If it comes out and it's still got batter on it, we're gonna leave it in there a little bit longer. Okay, this poofed up nice, and it's been in there for about 40 minutes. I already checked it once, and it needed to go a little bit longer, so I left it in for 5 more minutes, and that is perfect. So we're gonna let this sit and see whether or not it collapses. Okay, it did deflate, but we're gonna see how it tastes. So this is what it came out looking like, and so far, that texture actually looks really good. It's almost like a bread pudding kind of texture, and that's what I was looking for, because that's gonna be close to French toast. Let's go ahead and try it. Okay, here we go. No syrup or anything like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's not eggy. It's got the perfect texture. And I mean, the keto chow, it really just elevates it. And the cool thing is, if I eat this entire thing in one sitting, or like this is my food for the day, it's right around like 2,000 calories. It's about 220 grams of fat and about 120 grams of protein. So that'd be like 2-to-1 fat ratio. I'm gonna really enjoy this. Together again.
Together forever. I missed you though.
Did you really miss me?
That's the really important thing.
That's
right?
the only thing that matters. Like, I don't care if you had a good time, but did you miss me?
You don't care if I had a good time?
But did you have a good time?
I did. I had a wonderful time. Got to hang out with my mom and have uninterrupted conversations, which is just so rare. And I was really reminded of the importance of getting together every now and then with a lady that is going to fill my gas tank, so to speak. You know, somebody that is encouraging, somebody that wants to celebrate your wins. I mean, I think a lot of times we're around, you know, people who are friendly, but maybe they don't understand or want to understand what we're trying to do for our health. And just to have that concentrated time with my mom, you know, just having good conversations. And we actually got to have a really cool experience. We were at SeaWorld and Guy Harvey just happened to be there.
I was so upset when Rachel sends me a picture of her with Guy Harvey because I love Guy Harvey artwork.
Yeah.
I have a shirt of his. Like, I just love his artwork. There is a wreck down here in South Florida in 140 feet of water called the Guy Harvey.
Wow.
That, like, he did painting on before they sank it. Like, I just love Guy Harvey stuff. Probably a good thing I wasn't there because I probably would have gone and found a painting and no matter how much it costs and, like, wanted to buy it so that he would sign it.
They weren't cheap.
I'm sure his artwork is not very cheap, but
Absolutely.
I do really like his artwork.
Beautiful. And we found out from talking to him because he was super nice, like very approachable. And we were just so blessed to be right there at the right time. There wasn't even a line yet. It was just us like shooting the breeze, which was like really cool. He actually signed our picture that we took together. And he said that there is a gallery opening in Las Olas down in Fort Lauderdale. So I'm really looking forward to not taking Joe, clearly, because you can't be trusted in it, but going and just kind of seeing more of his artwork because, you know, he really does depict fish precisely as we see them underwater. And I think we have a new appreciation, you know, for his artwork.
So I worked a bunch of lacrosse games.
A lot.
Between running and walking up and down the field for the 2 days, did over 20 miles.
Wow.
So appreciative for keto because there is no way I could have done it without my health the way it is. As a matter of fact, when he gave me 7 straight for Sunday, I actually texted him back. I'm like, what do you think? I'm 20? And he's like, well, you can handle it. And
that's pretty cool.
So, the fact that he felt I could handle it and I did handle it and I wasn't tired after the 7th game. My ankle did not hurt. I mean, you remember I used to come home and have to crawl around on the floor for 2 days and pop Vicodin and arthritis medication. And so I didn't need any of that. So I felt really good about the amount of energy I have. I survived off of Element, Redmond Relight, and Carnivore Crest. That was what I survived on. And then over the weekend, I ate a lot of chicken. But I made something yesterday. It's, by the way, Monday morning. Rachel got home. We wanted to talk and didn't really want to turn on the camera.
Right.
So, remember our egg loaf?
Yeah.
So, I've modified it. I got to thinking, like, we have a lot of eggs. The girls are giving us so many eggs.
What a blessing.
I got that there's probably like another dozen out there. And, like, we're just getting a backlog of them. We're giving them away, and we still have, like, 9 dozen.
This is a wonderful problem to have.
Yeah.
This is not complaining. This is thankfulness.
No, and they're good for, like, 60 days, so I'm not worried about it. But I'm like, what can I do? So I made the egg loaf, which I always really like. It's like a French toast, but I added keto chow to it. And then this morning, I put it in the air fryer to give that crispiness. Kind of like you would get if you bought French toast sticks. So I figured that I wanted you to try it. Do you want butter on it? That's the question.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Do I want, that's a question?
There's some butter on one for you. And I'm going to I have not tried it this way. I tried it the regular way, like fresh out of the oven. But the whole idea for this, for me, would be make it into French toast sticks.
Grab and go for kids, too.
Ready?
Dink.
Oh, my gosh. That's better than when it came out of the oven.
That
It doesn't even need syrup.
Crazy good. Now, what flavor of keto chow did you use for this?
The maple waffle, but you could use any flavor. I mean, you could make them like, caramel macchiato flavor.
I mean, I can see where any would do, but boy, that is really good. And because it's maple waffle and you're already kind of expecting that flavor associated with French toast, I mean, that is perfect.
And here's the thing. I added no extra sweetener to it.
Really?
So if you remember the original recipe, we were adding sweetener to it.
Yeah.
There's no extra sweetener added to this. It is a package of keto chow, a dozen eggs, a block of cream cheese, and a stick of butter. That's what it is.
That is
so
awesome.
Super healthy. And then I started thinking about, I was curious, because your problem with it was always, because this is back when we calorie counted.
Yeah.
So when we made this, if you go back, like, we calorie counted. So Rachel's like, really good. I don't want it because I can't get enough.
I want more girth to my meal than if it's like, if a serving is only like 3 strips, then I'm like, I know that I will ultimately be full. I get that. But there is, for me, a certain amount of like eating with my eyes. So I do want to feel like, okay, I'm getting a lot also.
Okay, so the serving is, to me, people ask us, what's the serving size? Whatever you want it to be. Take the full recipe and divide it into however much you want in a serving. For us, a lot of our recipes, unless it's like the casserole, like I'm looking at 2 to 4 servings out of it because it's a meal. So like, I look at this, if I eat the entire thing, which I actually did once during the egg fast.
Yeah.
If I eat the entire thing, it's only like 2,000 calories. That'd be like your food for the day, which is, more than enough. And filling because it's 2 to 1 fat to protein. So 3 of these sticks, so I actually have a 4th one here. So 3 of them.
These are a nice size.
Would equal the same serving as a serving size of like the Walmart French toast sticks. Now remember, those are not very big.
Right.
And according to the Walmart French toast sticks, there's 5 of those little sticks in a serving.
Okay.
Okay, and they probably a little bit smaller than this.
These are way more dense.
They're much denser, but I'm going by weight, like grams. So 100, I think it's like 115 grams to 115 grams.
That
you
seems
ready?
fair.
And there's a lot in, like, I got 22 of these little sticks out of one tray.
And you're just popping them in the air fryer?
I cut them into pieces like this and popped it in the air fryer for like
because
6 minutes.
it has a nice like crust on the outside.
Okay, so a serving of 116 grams, I think, is the actual amount of the Walmart French toast sticks, and I'm sure they're all very similar.
Yeah.
Which is 5 of their French toast sticks, 330 calories, 15 grams of fat, 5 grams of protein. Ready for this? 44 total carbohydrates.
Wow.
17 of which are 17 grams of added sugar.
Oh my gracious.
Added sugar. 3 of these sticks, which is the same weight as 5 of the Walmart ones, 348 calories, so similar in calories.
Yeah.
30 grams in fat, double the fat.
Okay.
15 grams of protein,
Nice.
so triple the protein.
Great for kids to start school.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
2.7 total carbs.
What?
And those carbs
And that's
are
bread.
coming from the cream cheese
Yeah.
and the eggs. Don't forget, so a serving of this is, like, if you do the whole thing, there's 12 eggs in there. That's 12 carbs. And I think if you eat the entire tray in a sitting, it's 20 total carbs.
But again, those are not like carbs that, you know what I'm
They're
saying?
not
like,
carbs I'm not going to worry about.
Yeah.
Right. So look at, like, this is something that, again, you can make. I made this yesterday. You
Oh my
could
gosh.
make it, cut it into strips, put it in the refrigerator, and give that to your kids.
Well, I was just thinking.
And they're getting eggs, cream cheese, and butter.
Peyton is growing
Oh,
exponentially.
I can't wait to give this to Peyton.
Absolutely growing so fast. She's already eating baby food, but Michelle is making all of her baby food. You know, like her baby food was, chicken pate, liver pate, like this morning, right?
Which means she'll probably like liver when she gets older.
Homemade bone broth, homemade beef tallow mixed with chicken liver. So like, hello, right? Delicious. But I think about wanting to have like handheld food for a little one. Hello. And you're getting.
If you don't crisp this up,
absolutely.
there's nothing for her to choke on because
No.
it's almost like a custard kind of consistency.
Oh my gracious, how fun is that?
Right?
Yeah.
Also want to mention before we end the vlog, by the time you see this vlog,
It's back.
the Element grapefruit is back.
And a lot of people are talking about it because it is a big deal because this tastes so good, but it's a seasonal flavor.
It is my favorite flavor of Element by far.
Yeah.
Okay, so they only have it for the summer, and then when it's gone, it's gone. So, like, I've already ordered 8 boxes of it because if you bought 4 boxes the last week, they've already had it where you can get it, but you had to buy 4 boxes at a time. which 4 boxes is the cheapest way to buy it, because when you get 4 boxes, it's buy 3, get 1 free. So it's always cheaper to use our link, and then you buy 4 boxes. I forget what they call the bundle. There doesn't have to be 4 boxes of this. You can pick your flavors. You can get the lemon and the mango habanero ones if you want them.
But for us, it's like,
I just ordered 8 boxes of grapefruit.
Yeah.
And then we just have it because I have like 1 box from last year left over, and I've been kind of hiding it. But it's just really good. I really, really like it. But when you use our link, you also get the free sample pack so you can try all the other flavors.
This is one of those flavors that like you kick yourself because you only ordered 1.
Yeah.
And
That's
then you
why
have to
I
go
bought 8 before they sell out.
the whole next year before you can get another one.
Yeah, so I'm glad you had a good time.
Yes.
I really like this. I'm going to start making this more because, again,
Me
it's
too.
a great way to use up a dozen eggs. Between that and our egg pudding, like, you can use up the eggs, but eating the eggs, people ask us, like, how do I make eggs not boring?
Right here.
Make this.
Well, and this is something like I still get to like help with, Caleb having breakfast out the door, making sure that he's like, if you don't mind, like he always like to sleep till the last second and then head out the door to work. And he's like, if you would like some momming opportunities, I would love for you to like make me breakfast in the morning. So I'm like, yes, I'm all about it. But sometimes
it can also be a dessert. Put some whipped cream on top of there,
goodness.
maybe a little bit of pureed berries or something.
Oh, absolutely.
Serve it warm. It's a great dessert.
But this is something that like while he is like getting dressed, being able to eat this on the go is like really, really nice.
Yep. So if you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos that YouTube thinks you should watch right over there. Also, make sure you take out our most recent video that I'm gonna put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time we're apart and then together, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.